Welcome, and this is my new moon in Taurus ceremony for intention setting. And our tools are black candle, tea. I have jasmine tea instead of dandelion tea because that's what I could find. I have deep patchouli essential oil. I have deep patchouli incense. I have rose quartz rocks for the grid, a clear quartz generator for the grid. And instead of sujolite, I'm actually using two stones. This is Cradle of Humankind, which is a very grounding, earthy stone. It was found in a cave with human remains from, our ancestors, ancient human remains. And this is Vatican stone, which contains fossils. And it's the same stone that actually decorates the Vatican. So it has more of a sacred, earthy energy to it. I wanted to go for ancient, sacred energy for this ritual. I also have a pot with some dirt, and there is a seed planted in there already, but we are going to be planting our intentions. So I have 3 slips of paper here. I also have petrified wood for the grid. And so let's go ahead and get into our ritual. So if you don't notice, or if you haven't noticed yet, I do have drums going in the background. Hopefully you can hear it. But the drum is a sacred instrument for this particular ceremony because drums are associated with earth. So let's go ahead and call in the 4 directions. So you can always reference my book, The 13 Moons. So I'm actually going to go to the Taurus new moon, which is the 2nd new moon. And the planet associated with it is Venus. So this is a loving energy. So I'm going to go to the new moon ritual. Okay, so we start within the east. And I'm just going to read from my book because it's easy. I usually just kind of improv it, but I'm going to be reading from the 13 moons. I call on the east, the direction of air and initiation. I call upon hawk medicine to guide this work. May you grant me clarity and vision. Amen, aho, and so shall it be. And I usually just turn my wand over to represent that energy being grounded into the earth. I call in the south, the direction of fire and growth. I call upon cougar medicine to assist this work. May you grant me courage and the skill to lead. Amen, aho, and so shall it be. I call in the west, the direction of water and manifestation. I call upon bear medicine to join me. May you grant me wisdom to know when to act and when to rest. Amen, aho, and so shall it be. I call in the north, the direction of earth and grounding. I call upon buffalo medicine. May you teach me when to give and when to conserve. Amen, aho, and so shall it be. Alright. So in this, it's supposed to be dandelion essential oil, but I have deep patchouli. So we're going to go ahead and anoint our hands with the deep patchouli essential oil. And I didn't include essential oils in my tools, but it's always a good thing to have them around. And you can use whatever essential oil you want. Like I said, all this is very flexible. So we anoint our hands, ground ourselves by smelling the scent. All right. And next we are going to go ahead and plant our intentions. So like I said, I have this pot here. I'm going to write my intentions down on the slips of paper. And they could be whatever you want them to be. Try to keep them in the realm of possibility. All right, so we're going to take our pot and we're just going to plant these in there like they're seeds and cover them up. Now you could do this at any time during the ceremony. You don't have to do it right now if you don't want to. But that is how we are setting our intentions this new moon. So now we are going to go ahead and honor the 4 directions and make our altar. So I usually have a sacred space where I put this. I'm just kind of doing it here temporarily. I have my altar cloth, obviously, that you can see here. But we always start in the direction of the east. So we start with the incense. And we call in the direction of the east. I honor you, the direction of the east, with this incense. Bear witness to this ceremony and the intentions that I have set. Now I use the incense as a sort of timer. So that will be something that I will work with. I forgot my journal. And thank you, Sassy, for this journal. I've been using it quite often. So we have our incense going. So we've called in honor the direction of air. Next, we light our candle. This is the direction of fire. So we call in to aid us in setting our intentions and our intentions coming true. The direction of fire. We honor you, fire elementals. The direction of action. May we know the actions to take to help our intentions come true. And next we honor the direction of water. We use our tea bag. We honor you, direction of water. We call you in to aid and assist us in having our intentions come to fruition. With this tea bag, I honor the direction of water. And now we have the crystal grid. So it was supposed to be sugilite and rose quartz, but I kind of changed mine up. And that's the wonderful thing about these rituals, is you can change them up. The book is just a guideline. It's to teach you the beginnings. You don't have to do it. It's not set in stone. So here's my grid plate, which is petrified wood, which is perfect for an earthy, a grounded energy. Petrified wood is very grounding. It works with all the chakras. It is perfect for this new moon. And I have a natural rose quartz. And the only difference between a natural and tumbled rose quartz is whether it's smooth or not. I do like the way the natural looks. But the smooth tumbled stones are easier to carry in your pocket as long as they're small. These are both pretty significant sized rose quartz. And then you can start with the crystal grid, the generator in the center. This is actually an Isis point. It has one point that's pointed outwards. But this is a clear crystal generator Isis point. And put that in the center. And then I'm going to put my Vatican stone. Once again, it's really interesting because it has the fossil in it. I'm going to put my Vatican stone here. And my Cradle of Civilization stone right here. Normally I'd have 4 quartz points, but I can't find them today. So we are going with what we've got. So we're going to connect the grid. And you can use your finger if you want. And you can go around into this as many times as you want. Whatever works the best for you. Oh, my little... And this, I love to decorate my altar with little things. This is a Taurus amethyst. Amethyst. Pardon me. And the smoke is blowing directly in my face. That's why I had to move it. And so let your tea seep as long as you want. My tea is actually pretty steeped, pretty good right now. But in the downtime between now and when the incense stops burning, you can do things like playing the drum or do the journal prompts. I think I have journal prompts in here. Yes, journal prompts. So here's the journal prompts. What seeds am I ready to plant in my life physically, emotionally, or spiritually? Where am I resisting the next step of my journey out of fear or comfort? What simple sensory experiences help me feel safe, grounded, and connected to my body? What does building a life of beauty and value look like for me, and what am I willing to tend with devotion? And the mantra for this new moon is, I open to insight and speak with ease. My mind is clear, my voice is true, and my words are seeds of light. So as you can tell, seeds are a major theme of this new moon. And that is pretty much all that I have for you. I would write in my journal and share that, but we are already at 12 minutes, which is a little bit longer than I usually go for this. But basically, the rest of the ceremony is drinking your tea, letting the incense burn, and allowing the candle, whoops, one of our flames went out, allowing the candle to burn and honoring your ancestors. I'm going to go ahead and close this ceremony down to show you how to do that. And so we close the circle, as we call it. We open the circle by calling in the 4 directions, by releasing the 4 directions. And we go in the opposite direction. So we start with the earth. For the element of earth, I thank you for witnessing this ceremony, and I release you. Amen. Aho, so it shall be. For the element of water, I release you, and I thank you for joining me on this ceremony. Amen. Aho, so shall it be. For the direction of fire, I thank you for joining me on this ceremony and witnessing my intentions. Amen. Aho, and so shall it be. And for the direction of air, I release you from this ceremony. Thank you for witnessing all that I have done. Amen. And Aho, so shall it be. And that is our new moon in Taurus ritual. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. It's something that I like to do with every new moon. It changes up. If Coffee with Bridget aligns with the new moon, then we will do more ceremonies. So I hope you enjoyed this earth-based new moon in Taurus ceremony. And I hope your intentions come true. So thank you, and bye for now.